Hobbies. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Xmas to those who celebrate Christmas and all that. Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate Hanukkah. Well, Jewish people mainly celebrate Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa, first day of Kwanzaa. It's Umoja, day 1 of 7. Day 1 is Umoja, and that is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful concept of, some anybody can. Let me just say this: anybody can celebrate Kwanzaa. It's excuse the meaning of Umoja is unity. Okay, and what that means is we have to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. That is Kwanzaa Day 1, Umoja. Umoja. Yeah, so happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Xmas. To those who don't celebrate those holidays, happy holidays anyways, or, just, if it's just like a regular day, I understand. Because I don't even celebrate Christmas for real. But to those that do, obviously happy holidays. So, I wanted to get into this topic. It's very, very simple, very short. I don't even know exactly how I'm even going to go about it, but I'm going to try my best. And let me see if I can find. Okay. So this topic is how to find your hobby. How to find a hobby. Your hobby, yeah, that works too, but how to find a hobby. If you haven't found one already, or if you're looking to find another one, if you already established one, it's fine. This could be for you as well. All right, so let's define what a hobby is. Let's get that going. A hobby, from New Oxford American Dictionary, is an activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. The second definition is kind of funny. It says a small horse or pony. I never heard anybody call a small horse or pony a hobby. That's a very interesting thing. Same thing for Merriam-Webster. Oh wow, they give me a small old world falcon that is dark blue above and white below with dark streaking on the breast. Why would that be the first definition of hobby? Okay, anyways. Hobby. The second definition says a pursuit outside one's regular occupation engaged in especially for relaxation. Okay. Two different ones, but they pretty much have the same commonalities, which is an activity, which pretty much includes an activity outside of your regular work, outside of a job, outside of your occupation, outside of your career. You know, some people's hobbies are their careers, or some people see their careers as hobbies. That's fine too, but this is about more so just hobbies, side things that you do outside of financial, for the most part. Now, no etymology, but let's get the word of the day. The word of the day is from Merriam-Webster. They say menorah. What does that mean? A menorah is a candelabra. Hold on, let me see. Let me see how it sounds. Can you hear that?
Candelabra.
Yeah, okay, I said it right. Candelabra. Nice. A branched candlestick or lamp with several lights. With 7 or 9 lights that is used in Jewish worship. Yeah, so, and I guess the spirit of Hanukkah. When does Hanukkah start, actually? Let me just look that up. It starts after Christmas Day, right? Oh, no, it starts on Christmas Day and it ends January 2nd. Interesting. Okay. Okay, menorah. And it falls in line with this because it is the holiday season. So I'll leave it as that. No etymology because, yeah. All right, let me get into it. Now we know what a hobby is. Now, how do you look for one? It's very simple. As the one, like I said in a previous episode about side hustles and stuff like that, the same can be applied. The same things that I was talking about there can be applied here. And I think I'm not going to say it word for word because I don't even remember what I said word for word on that episode, but I'm pretty sure it should be pretty similar. And the way to go about it is, you know, just start trying new things. Start exploring the areas around you. If you live in a city with a big city, small cities, they can do the same as well. But if you go out of big cities, there's a lot more things that you can try and things to look out for so you can go around. I live in a big, I wouldn't say geographically now, but let me just, I live in a city. Yeah. And there's things to do around here. So what the thing I would do is look it up online, or you don't even have to do that. If you can, like on your off day or something, just go walking. I mean, if you ain't got kids or priorities like that, go around the neighborhood. Even if you do got kids, you know, depending on their age. I'm usually thinking when you say kids, we always think about the smaller kids because the older kids, nobody cares. You can do whatever you need to do. You can stay out a lot longer and actually do the things you need to do when those kids are old enough to stay home by themselves, and you know you can do more things. So yeah, so when we say kids, it's usually always the younger kids, and that's really the only context you really need. That because like I said, the older kids you don't really got to do that. But back to what I was saying, you can bring the kids if you want. If you don't have time for a sitter or something like that, if you can't afford it or something, take them with you. I know try to get them engaged in something else while you look for opportunities to find a hobby. Just look around your area, your neighborhoods and stuff like that. Look for events or bulletin boards, things that they want to do. Because a lot of times they have things that they have little events. If you live in a neighborhood or, you know, a gated community or whatever, they have events that they want to showcase to you, and they bring, you know, whether it be food trucks or I don't know, instructors or, you know, people who are how should I say, people who bring something new to you, to something new and interesting that you would find interesting to your wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. So yeah, you can do that. So look at the bulletin boards and all that stuff. I get into like elevators and like apartments and yeah, like apartments and what do you call them? I keep forgetting the name, but places where there's like communities, and going into the gated communities, I see these bulletin boards and I see like they be having food trucks, they be having live events, they be having like yoga classes and meditation and stuff like that. Just they just have stuff like that. I just be like, wow, man. If I was to live there, it'd be pretty dope because I'd probably attend a lot of them a lot of the time and take advantage, because I think it's important to like have some sort of community when you're hobbies. When you find people with interests, that's a big one actually. If you go to a places, you can connect and network with people who have similar interests in trying to learn and explore, and just who have the same interests as you, who's like-minded. It can make the experience, if it's your first time, so much better. It is likely to make it so much better, and you would likely come back because of that, because of those experiences. So there's that. So it can be anything. So how you look for it, like I said, in bulletin boards, you can explore around your city. Look for signs. There's signs everywhere. Honestly, there's signs everywhere. You just gotta be able to look out for them. Now I get it if you're in a car and traffic and all that stuff is happening, and you're trying, or you're in a rush or something like that. You're not paying attention to those type of signs instead of the road signs, which you should be paying attention to. I get it. That's why you should go when it's not, you're not in a like desperate or stressful situation. If it's not in that, you got to go when you're calm and when you're collected and you're cool and you're able, or you're cruising around the city. You can do that. If you got a car, you can cruise around the city on your off day or something like that. Look for opportunities or just cruise around. Just, that can also be a hobby. Just you cruising around the city. That's actually a hobby. I would consider that a hobby. Just cruising around, because I used to do that a lot. Man, I just would cruise and it'd just be fun. I didn't have nothing to do, but it just cruise around and I just look sightseeing. Sightseeing is what we call it. You can cruising and also sightseeing at the same time. It's pretty fun. So yeah, sightseeing, cruising around, looking for those signs that I was telling you about. You can do that. What else? How to find it? You can look online. Like I said, that'd probably be the easiest way for you to start, is to look online. If it, like I said before, if you got kids or something like that, or something's holding you back to where you can't really do like cruising and seeing and waiting for it, or you just don't have the time, you can do that online. Because I'm pretty sure all y'all got phones and technologies, iPads, tablets, laptops. You can look it up online in your area, and then on your off days or on days that you can schedule after work or something like that, you can go ahead and go to that hobby, that pottery class, or painting, or photography or gardening, or just like there's plenty of hobbies out there. Right, there's plenty of hobbies out there. If you want to play sports, there's plenty of those around. You can find people you can just go to the park and find and play with people and, make some community. There's community there. I feel like a lot of people are missing out on just being, well, it also has to do with a greater message of society not really being, really a society anymore. They're just more so, everybody's so individualistic, and they're not really taking the time to want to find a community and find something that they like with like-minded people, that they are just slowly slipping into just working until they perish. And that's just not the move. I think that's terrible. Why are you still like why are you going like why are you eat like why are you it's weird. I understand. I know what it is, but I really don't want to jump in or dive into that. But like why like how could you not want to do anything outside of that? Like I get it, bills are crazy, the economy, inflation and all that, but you gotta find a hobby. I think it's important that everybody has a hobby or something that to do outside of work to get their mind off of work. It cannot just be work, 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 work. That's what a workaholic is, and I know people like that, but outside of that, they gotta have the hobby. But I've been talking to them about that, and I feel like they gotta have a hobby, and I think some of them may be listening. So, you know, gotta have a hobby. Because being a workaholic and never having any time to do anything outside of that, it's like you only put yourself on earth for one thing. You didn't even try to try something else that you could have been interested in, or you don't even know if you were interested in it unless you would have done it. How would you know if you too stuck at work or you too worried about bills and like I get it. It's like I said, with the economy and inflation and all that's going on, it's horrible. And you feel like you're behind, or you feel like you're trying to make ends meet and you really don't have no time. But you gotta prioritize something outside of work. Like I get it, bills and finances suck, but you gotta prioritize time for yourself and to explore yourself, because that's more important than any bill, any job, any occupation, any financial situation, all of that. That supersedes all. It is self. Okay? That it supersedes all of that. Like I said, I'm not saying don't pay your bills. I'm not saying that, or I'm not saying quit your job or anything like that, because that's what it might seem implying when I'm putting self above everything else. But it is self above everything else. Because I promise you, if anybody were to win $1 million right now, some people would blow it instantly. I get it. Some people would. But for the most part, people will take care of their bills, and then they'll start doing things that they actually want to do. I'm pretty sure, I'm really, really confident that if people had enough money to get out of the survival mode and actually start living, they would start doing the things that they would actually want to do. And that's the thing with having money. Now you do, well, for certain hobbies, you have to pay. I'm just going to be real with you. You got to pay for some of them. Excuse me. But a lot of times, other hobbies, you really don't have to pay at all. It's free. There's a lot of free local events around the way that you just got to think and look out for. Online, they got blogs and online newspapers about local events in areas. Now, of course, the events, to get in, the entry is usually free. Let me just say that. You generally, they're either very low cost or they're free. So, like, you can go in now, buying all the extra stuff like food and stuff like that. Obviously, that's gonna cost money, but generally, entry is free, so you can get into a hobby or find something that you would want to do there at a local event or somewhere that piqued your interest, that you looked out for. So that is how you look out. That's how you would find a hobby, whatever it may be: hiking, biking, sporting events, local events like food trucks, and just whatever type of event that they call it. I don't know, painting, seasonal events and anything like that. Just pottery, gardening, painting, collecting stamps or something like that. collecting rocks, collecting seashells, like whatever it is, whatever it can be. There's a lot of hobbies out there. And honestly, you can find your hobby that you can stick with. Honestly, you just got to put the time in to find it. So, my last point to this is like, when you find that hobby, it's just like an experimental thing. Like when you try it and you're just like, you don't know. Sometimes it's just you're indifferent about it. Sometimes you may like it. Sometimes you might not like it. It just depends. Now, if you're indifferent, you can always choose to try it again, because maybe just that time wasn't hitting it, but maybe the next time it'll be better. Maybe the next time you get satisfied or not. You just gotta try again. If that was something that you're still thinking about, you can try it. But when it comes to my next point, it's like, if you were to find a hobby and you liked it, that's pretty much saying, are you satisfied with it? And I mean, if you're gonna try it again, then yeah, you're satisfied. But usually when it's the first thing, are you satisfied with the hobby that you want? Is that the hobby that you're looking for, or is it just something temporary? Now, there are temporary hobbies, something that you just wanted to do to get your mind off of whatever is going on in your life. That's fine. But there are permanent hobbies that people go do for the rest of their lives. And that's fine too. Now, there's temporary hobbies, as if things that you're looking out for, like when you're first starting out. That's fine, because you're trying to figure out what you like. We're trying to figure out if it's something that you would do regularly or irregularly, or just, from once in a blue moon. However you want to put it. Just, if you have a hobby, you should just start looking for it. And if you start asking yourself, are you satisfied with it? And seeing if there's anything else that in your area that you may be interested in. That's pretty much it. When it comes to that, it's pretty straightforward. If you like it, you don't like it, you're indifferent about it, you can either try it again or don't try it again, but then you can try something else. That's how you find a hobby. So let's just do a run through. Okay, a hobby is something that you do something outside of work, outside of a job, occupation, career. Some people call their careers their hobbies, but we're not talking about that. We're just doing what a hobby is. It's usually outside of that. How you look for it is you look for it around your area, cruising, sightseeing, going to local events, looking up online through online newspapers, blogs, or whatever in your area. There's a lot of people who making blogs, and there's a lot of information out there for you if you choose to look it up. So you definitely can find local events or whatever that's going on. And the last one, if you do find one, are you satisfied? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Are you indifferent? And will you try it again or try something else? Something that's temporary, something that's permanent that you can do for the rest of your life, or not. Once in a blue moon, just however you want to do it. So with that being said, yeah, hobbies are cool. Hobbies are really, really nice. This to me is a hobby. I like doing this. I really do. And it's fun to talk, and it's therapeutic in a way as well, because I feel like when something happens and something major is going on, I feel like wanting to get on this so bad. But I'm trying to keep like a timeline on this. New Year's is coming up, so yeah, New Year's is coming up, and I'm trying to get ready. Doing so much, man. I'm trying to keep a focus on. I'm trying to stay focused into what I want to do, because I'm making moves to get in the life that I want to live, so that I don't have to. So I can do this like for real. Well, not that I'm not doing it not for real. It's just so I can do this more often. So I could just like probably do 2-3 topics in one day, something like that. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Right now, I got to stick to one, and to keep them nice and sweet. I don't think I want to stretch them out longer anymore, because I've done that. And honestly, I like the shorter ones because they're quick to the point, and they're a lot easier to digest for y'all, I'm sure, too. So, yeah, hobbies. All right, so I think that's all I wanted to say. So you guys, drink your water, hydrate yourselves, um, go outside if you can. If it's raining or anything like that, or if it's gonna rain all week or whatever the case may be, or if it's snowing and you don't really see any sunlight, or if the sunlight is weak, because it is winter time now. The winter just happened 4 days ago, so that makes sense to get your vitamin D up, vitamin D pills or supplements. I mean dietary supplements. Be kinder to people. Toss $0 to be kinder to people. And I practice that as well because I don't want to, start off my day. People going through a lot, so that's why I try to, not cause more trouble for them or try to give them another thing to like be dissatisfied about. So it's very easy, very simple, to be kind to people. You don't know what people are going through. And with that being said, I'm King. This is King Moolah TV podcast, y'all. I'm out of here. Doozy.